Peace, peace, people. Welcome to We Are Our Ancestors, the Jelly Mooses Cafe, your Mima's World. I am your Mima, your Jelly Mooses in residence. As always, it's good to be black in the land of the living once again. All right, so this is going to be short and sweet. I am not going to talk a whole lot about this because it's so much information out there and everybody's talking about it. Um, so there are other content creators that probably have better resources on it, but I'm just going to give my 2 cents and then I'm going to let you get out of here and do what you need to do. All right, so of course, last night was the Super Bowl. I am not a sports fan at all. I do follow things that happen outside of the field or things that happen on the field, like with Colin Kaepernick. But I'm not a sports fan. But I do watch the halftime shows for a lot of the games, depending on who is performing. So last night, I did not watch General Kendrick Lamar in real time. I waited until after the game was over, and I said I'll catch it, on YouTube or somebody will have it. But as I'm scrolling on Facebook last night, I see all up and down my timeline, people are outraged or they didn't understand. I don't know what he's saying. I don't understand what he's saying. Da, 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 da. And most of the people that were saying that, most of them, there were some that looked like us, but most of them were Sun Dodgers. Now, those that look like us that were in the OG category, like me, the seasoned melanated people, um, may not have understood the words that were coming out of his mouth, but they understood the vision that was happening before their eyes. So before I even got a chance to even view it, I made a post. And I was like, I'm seeing a lot of people saying they don't understand what he's saying. They can't understand him. What is he saying? What is he saying? So I had to give a history lesson. I said, since it's Black History Month, let me give a Black History lesson. So I'm going to give it to you as well. All right. So our ancestors, and I said it in my last episode as well, our ancestors, when they got here, when they were brought here, they were brought from all different nations in Africa. They all had a different dialect, a different tongue. And so they had to create languages so that they could understand each other, a uniform language. It wasn't necessarily the Wolof, it wasn't necessarily the Balanta or the Fulani, the Zulus, the Tuaregs, the Timni. It wasn't, they had to create a language so that they all could understand. And out of the need to create a language, they created several different languages. They created um, patois, they created Creole languages, they created Tut, they created Gullah, they created Geechee, so that they could communicate with each other. Not only did they create languages with words, but they created languages with music. Even though the drum had been taken away, they learned how to tap on different things and make sounds with the music in order to communicate with each other. And they did this so they could communicate right in front of the sun dodging oppressor. And they didn't know what they were saying. So General Kendrick Lamar last night created a language that the Sun Dodgers did not understand. But those that had an ear to hear was able to understand. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I didn't understand a word he was saying. And that's because I'm older, I'm seasoned, and he's not the only rapper that I don't understand. The way that they rap today is much different than it was in the 70s and 80s. When we were rapping back then, it's a little bit different, but it's okay because I didn't really need to understand the words because I could see. I understood the visuals that were unfolding in front of me. I understood that his dancers were dressed as the American flag. Stevie Wonder could have told y'all that. I understood the car, that it was Compton. It took me back to Ice Cube, days of Ice Cube. I understood that. I understood with them standing under the lamp post. It was the neighborhood. I understood the prison yard. I understood all of that. Now, again, as I said before, he was coming from an ancestral place from me because he had created a language, a dialect that he was trying to get his people to wake up. And again, if you had an ear to hear, you heard exactly what he was saying. Now, along with that ancestral message, he also had a message coming from the ancestor, oh Lord, of the revolution, will not be televised. Oh my God, and his name escapes me, and I can see it right. Garon Scott, please, somebody, Heron Scott, Scott Heron, somebody help me. Um, but that was his tagline: "The revolution will not be televised." So when he said that, again, a nod to the ancestors. They even did a ring shout dance, y'all. Did you see them going counterclockwise in that circle? I did. Now, some people will look at that and interpret it as him saying that the United States was going backwards, which it is. But guess what? Two things can be true at the same time. It could have represented the United States going backwards, and it also could have been a nod to the ancestors doing the ring shout. So that's all I got. Again, I don't want to like beat it to death because so many people are talking about it, and a lot of different content creators have different um, takes on what he did. People are saying he was petty when it came to Drake. I thought it was beautiful. Let him be Petty LaBelle for a second. That's fine with me. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. I thought it was great that Serena came out there and did the Sea Walk. As a diss to Drake. But I think her biggest diss to Drake was when she married a real white man because she didn't marry one or she didn't want to be one with one that was white adjacent. So I think that was her biggest diss to Drake was that she married a real white man. I'm just saying. But it was beautiful. It was wonderful. A nod to the ancestors, a nod to General Kendrick Lamar. MAGA nuts are absolutely livid. They are just uh, crazy. They just don't understand what was going on and what was happening. And I just thought it was beautiful. I hope you guys got a chance to watch it. If you have not, and I know that you have, but if you have not, please go back and look at it. It is on YouTube. You can find it everywhere, I am sure. Yeah, it was a beautiful thing. All right, that's it. So until next time, you know the drill. Love yourself, love each other, give yourself some grace, give each other some grace. We are our ancestors. And General Kendrick Lamar proved it last night. Honor your ancestors, they will honor you. This dude just won like 5 Grammys and then performed at the halftime show. You think the ancestors not honoring him? Oh my God. Come on, y'all. All right, peace, y'all. I'll be back later on this week. Deuces.